You know, at Fishing 401, we do a lot of trolling, For many years now, we've been using Cisco Fishing System rod holders. And what we like about them is they have a rod holder for every single application that you could possibly imagine for trolling. And we'll take a second here and we'll go over the ways that we use their rod holders we think it makes the most sense. I'm standing next to their rod holder tree, and I really like this product. The reason I like it is because we spend a lot of time pulling things like inline planer boards, the offshore boards. Anytime we have inline planer boards in the water, whether we're walleye fishing, salmon fishing, it doesn't matter, we're going to use a tree. And the reason we're going to use a tree is because you can see that it gets your rods up off the deck, allows you to space out your rod tips a little bit further so you don't have to worry about planer board lines ever crossing, so that's never an issue. And the butts are on the outside of the boat, so you've got nothing to impede on the inside of the boat. So if you're a guy that likes to fish inline planer boards, you just cannot beat trees. But there's other ways to troll. Let me move back here a little bit. The other common rod holder, and these have been around forever, is what I describe as rod tubes. Now a rod tube, I will give it the designation of being an all-purpose rod holder. The reason I call it the all-purpose rod holder is because it can be used for planer board trolling. It can be used for mass planer board use. It can be used for downriggers. It can be used for dipsy divers. It can be used for virtually every type of trolling a guy wants to do. So if you want to keep things simple on your boat and you only want to have one style of rod holder, a tube is what you're going to go with. Tubes can be adjusted so they go this way, and they can also be adjusted so they pivot this way as well. So a tube rod holder, super versatile. But there is one more rod holder I want to talk about. When we come back here to the back, this is what I call a cradle rod holder. And the reason I like cradles is because this is where I'm going to fish anything that goes straight out the back of the boat. For example, a bottom bouncer and spinner for walleyes, I use cradle rod holders. If I'm pulling dipsy divers for things like trout and salmon, I'm going to use a cradle rod holder. And the reason I like a cradle is because I can reach down and grab that rod when it's got a fish on it, and I can lift it straight out nice and easy, and I'm putting pressure against that fish, essentially setting the hook as I take the rod out of the rod holder. So a cradle rod holder works great anytime you're fishing something out the back of the boat. A tube holder is going to work for just about everything you could possibly imagine for trolling. And if you like inline planer boards, I come back up here again, you just can't beat trees. If you're looking for the best rod holders in the business, check out Cisco Fishing Systems. You'll be glad you did.